Welcome back to the Fortress podcast. Let's start off by saying, Killian, why are you wearing a hat?
Because the ACOMs are getting to me, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm just a cool dude, so And
Second question, why are you wearing a Wolverhampton Wanderers top?
why are you on me already? Because
I'm just here, like.
because I am a fan of football.
We love you, football.
We do football. We do. You know what I mean?
Let's get straight into it. The Premier League review of the... We're filming this on Saturday night, so the last game still haven't happened on the Sunday. But, there was also midweek Premier League games.
Make podcast equipment more expensive.
Anyway. Liverpool 2, Everton 2. Firstly, I'll take a point, right? I'll take a point, right?
Wait.
What a game for the neutral. I mean, prime Barclays, prime Premier League, proper derby, even though I hope their new stadium sinks into the fucking ground.
It's by the ocean.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, just slip into the sea.
One can dream.
Just slip it for a
Just
swim.
slip it. Just lump it in.
Listen, we did not play well by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Oliver,
Speak your truth. Preach.
this guy is an idiot, right? He should be ashamed.
His mum does his hair.
He didn't referee well. He's not corrupt. He's just an idiot. It was a shocking performance in terms of refereeing. Curtis Jones, I love him, a real scouser, defending the fans, showing he really cares, and Ernie Slot at the end also getting a red card, which isn't ideal. He's banned for the next 2 games, but I actually like it. A lot of people have making comparisons with him and Klopp, saying he doesn't have the same passion. He's kind of too calm, too collected, which he usually is. But I really like seeing this kind of passionate and kind of emotional side, getting sucked into the atmosphere. Because he usually is so calm, but I kind of like seeing him get a bit kind of angry.
Yeah.
And Michael Oliver can go do things I can't say in the podcast.
He couldn't have been more eager to get the card out. God knows what Slot said to him, but from what I've seen, Slot looks like a very kind man. What could he have possibly said? He shook his hand and immediately, he starts saying stuff to him then. But he's already reaching, you know what I mean? We wouldn't even understood him anyway. So jarring, I can't even lie. But anyway, what did you think of Van Dijk's comments about Everton?
It's their cup final.
Yeah.
People are saying Van Dijk's rattled. I think it's perfectly. He's well able to give it back. Both fans and both players have given it to each other. They've celebrated a last minute equaliser, like their Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
Let's not take away from it though.
I was going to say I'm not trying to take away from their limbs, but there's nothing wrong with Van Dijk saying it's
giving
their
it
cup
back.
final.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a typical kind of it's a dig. Yes, it is obviously, but what's wrong with that?
Them celebrating in the 98th and then equaliser was also a dig. But sure,
as if they're not 16th.
Exactly. But anyway, shout out to Moyes as well. Actually, he has I think 4 wins in his last 6. I think then in previous management, I think in 20 games they had 4 wins or something. So instantly he has had an immediate impact.
And they just won again against Palace. What the hell? I'm actually I'm fuming.
Yeah, we should probably rename the Beto segment. Let's be real.
We'll get to that when it comes to it. Do you have anything else on the Liverpool Everton game?
No, just that. I was just kind of gonna ramble about Tarkovsky and how much I hate him and stuff, but we'll not do that.
On to the next game though. Arsenal Leicester 2-2. Sorry, 2-0. My apologies here. I'm just kind of angry.
So I want to talk about
watch.
Nwaneri. He's the star boy. He's like the new Bukayo Saka, and it's actually brilliant to see. Especially you see him and Miles Lewis-Skelly. They came up through the academy together since they were kids, and they're both not only are they playing in the first 11, but they're being relied on to go away to a team battling relegation,
the King Power,
and take all 3 points. I mean, obviously they're not the best team, but it's not an easy game either. I mean, there are no easy games really. But yeah, I also just wanted to point out Sterling. He's moving more like shillings. The way this guy added no value to the team. He was absolutely crap, I swear. I think James Justin, the Leicester right back, he scored a brilliant goal against them actually early in the season at the Emirates.
A volley.
Kind
Tasty
of. Yeah. Brilliant finish. But anyway, he came off injured after about 25 minutes. And this other guy came on for his Premier League debut and also pocketed him. he had the opportunity at a debutant and he couldn't.
Pocketing that Sterling like cash, you might say. Not Matty Cash to be confused with. I mean cold hard cash.
Stop. But yeah, also shout out to Merino as the number 9. But a big question is, does Havertz score those same chances that Merino bagged? And also, I'd like to hear your opinions in the comments, guys. Did Merino do a job in the number 9?
I actually have written here, I said credit to Arteta. they found a way, and I expect to see Merino up top next week wearing the number 9 shirt.
Merino. Wearing the number 9.
Manchester City 4, Newcastle 0. Marmouche, what a damn player. To be fair, you did call it last week saying he's going to cause problems when City start looking like even a shadow of their old selves. He will start firing, and he did. And the hat trick was unbelievable, so fast as well. So fast, in fact, I googled the fastest hat trick because I was like, oh, that could be close to Mane's hat trick.
Sadio Mane, he's
Not a
best
chance.
played in the world.
Mane's hat trick was in just under 3 minutes, so not a chance. But
Actually,
what a hat trick.
imagine that.
But I'm very disappointed in Newcastle. Like, they're trying to get top 4, but getting beat 4-0 isn't going to get them there. You can go away, you can lose games, it happens. But losing to Fulham at home and then holding 4 at the Etihad just isn't really going to cut it, is it really?
I mean, hopefully, Isaac and co can continue in this vein of form for the cup final. I would absolutely, I would love that. But also, Egyptian Prince Marmouche, he's absolutely unbelievable. That first finish is like it looks like an easy finish, but when you compare that to how another player in the league might have acted in the same situation, Darren Nunez.
No, Darren.
I just see him lacing it, but it was just great composure and I don't know, I think I mentioned this last week or the week before. This new look City where they're kind of like Liverpool in a way where they can play from the back, but they can also go long. Like Ederson got the assist for the first goal. It is also kind of bad defending for Trippier, but
he's always been good at that though, Ederson.
But
always plays it
ultimately,
long.
This adaptability, you know what I mean? Pep's cooking.
One
thing he's not cooking about though is he said that Kushanov, I think, was a younger version of Rodri, or like a mini Rodri.
Yeah, less of that.
Yeah, absolutely less of that.
Bournemouth, however, are on the fringe, on the cusps of Europe. Another clutch win today against Southampton. Actually, I from memory, actually watching some of the game.
In our prep sheet, he had Bournemouth 3-1 against whoever
they played.
He had the clue.
It's because they're so relevant and they're going back down to the Championship where they belong. Anyway,
I just have a quick question for you. Could you tell me between Liam Delap and Southampton, who has more goals / points? Does Liam Delap have more goals, or does Southampton have more points? I'd like you to tell me the answer, please.
I don't think Southampton had double figures yet. I think they have 9 points, and Delap has, I would say, close to that in goals. Oh, I'd say it's just about even. Oh no! After today, I'm gonna say it's 10.
You're saying it's even.
After today, it's 10. 10 goals, 9 points.
You're on the money.
Is it 10 goals, 9 points?
10 goals, 9 points.
I actually know what I'm talking about.
How is one person gonna have more goals than your club has points? That is absolutely outrageous.
But I suppose going back to Bournemouth, I have one thing written on them. Actually, don't. I actually forgot to write something about Bournemouth. But what I will say is I hope they get Europe, and I'm rooting for them. Up the cherries.
And I hope Southampton gets certainly relegated. Southampton gets certainly relegated. I'm watching too much YouTube.
Certainly relegated. Oh, I forgot.
Feel free to leave your weekly hate comments and whatever else.
Anything else to say on that? Any more matches you're going to comment on? Do you want to comment on the Fulham game or something?
Oh yeah, Fulham beat
You go.
Nottingham Forest.
In other words, though,
which I also didn't watch.
In another fantastic game, Forest lost to Fulham, which is unlike. Well, I won't say it's unlike Forest. Fulham are a great side. I mean, it's still a little bit of a surprise. Was this?
Did you watch the game? Did you?
Forest? I watched the ticker for 45 minutes.
I just let out a weird noise. I'm sorry. I was in disbelief.
I apologise to the audio listeners right now.
I'm sorry. I think I was away from the camera anyway. It's fine. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it was at Craven.
AFK,
it was at Craven Cottage, and obviously, man didn't watch the game in that. However,
because it wasn't on TV,
because of
the disgrace,
because of the statistics on FootMob, I would deduce that Fulham actually battered them. I think it was like 2 odd XG to like 0.5 or something. But like the only reason Forest scored is because Chris Wood is just he's just a bagsman. Are
Nottingham Forest still on track to get top 4 and get Europe?
It's a deforestation thing. They're not making Europe. No, I'm kidding.
We're not making Europe or not making Champions League.
Oh, wouldn't it be so interesting to see
Europe.
the Forest Bournemouth like battling for like a 4th place champion? Imagine.
Can you imagine imagine they drew each other in. Could
you imagine you didn't have a speech impediment?
Oh my god. Anyways.
Also Villa Ipswich. Ollie Watkins with a tap in off of a.
Sorry.
For audio listeners, this guy just had a COVID or something. I don't even know. But yeah, Ollie Watkins with a tap in after a Rashford free kick. And seeing Rashford in Aston Villa's jersey still just doesn't sit right with me. I'm sure all of you Man United fans as well would agree with me. But yeah, also Liam Delap bagged, as we said, 10 goals in the season. What a striker. He's a City. I think is he still on loan from City?
City loanee.
But is he on a permanent or what? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But he's just
I didn't do any research.
Okay, mate.
Moving on. Moving on to the next segment, though, it is in fact for better or for worse. And might I start off by saying, this segment has ignited a fire inside Beto, if you will. He's all of a sudden he's firing. He's scoring a little bit. What's that?
Where's his number one hater?
That's now 4 or 5 goals in his last like 2 or 3 games. Am I correct in saying that? So this segment, the name of the segment may need to be changed. But for now, my for better or for the worse of the week is...
We'll have the same one.
Michael Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I think... I know it's overdone. I think my nan Etna could have done a better job refereeing that game, to be honest. I'm fairly sure he saw a foul occur, closed his eyes, spun around in a circle, pointed at a fan base, and just went and then flipped a coin, and then went "Ip did dog shit, you are not it," and then decided to pick a decision based on that. So yeah, he was ass.
Yeah, Michael Oliver, more like Jamie Oliver, the way he cooked us. And also his mum does his hair, and I just despise everything about him.
Wait, who does your hair?
What hair? No, I'm kidding. Let's have a look at yours first, buddy.
Just watching a fantastic goal. Oh my god.
Yeah, what I was saying was that Michael Oliver, more like Jamie Oliver, the way he was cooking us, he had absolutely no right to dish out that many cards. And ultimately, he's just a joke man. His mum does his hair. Don't make any comment about my hair. Thank you very much. And yeah, also I'm pretty sure I could be wrong now, but I think he's like not allowed to officiate Arsenal games. I think he's like under an investigation. So there's some like bias. There's some weird like, you know what I mean?
I thought he was a Man United fan, which obviously makes sense. But anyway,
like realistically, if they're referees, they must be fans of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they have to declare what team they support.
And do you think people could lie? Perhaps they could.
I mean, if I tried to lie, they just see all the pictures of my vlogs.
They just see all the jerseys they wear. They wouldn't know.
Confusion. Wolves supporter.
Sure. I don't even know what supporter I am.
Anyway, that's been it for this episode of The Fortress, episode 8 or something like that. I'm not really sure.
They're all asleep.
They're all asleep. You probably have, if you made it this far, comment the word potato.
If you made it this far, comment tay colour.
Or potato. Either way, I'll know. Don't worry. Oh.
Or Darza Gibb.
What the hell? But if you have subscribe, follow the podcast.
If you watched, TikTok, watch.
Whatever it is.
Leave a hate comment. Show us your hairline.
Enough of that. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's throw some darts. Bang. Chelsea, I said blue moon.